Yo, 2011 Chevy Aveo. This thing's got a water pump that's leaking and it's got about 90,000 miles on it. So I'm like, hey, you might as well do a timing belt too since I'm in there. So I had them order this AC Delco. It's supposed to be their gold line. I don't know what's going on with AC Delco, but they used to have American-made water pumps in them. And now the water pump is Hecco in China. And the belt's United Kingdom. And components in some other language may come from Brazil, Canada, China, France, Germany, Hungary, India, Japan, Poland, South Korea, Slovakia, Turkey, or USA. So they're pretty much just aftermarket part whores, and they get them from anywhere, apparently. This car's supposed to be a Daewoo. Well, it's an Opel, too, so it's kind of German. So more or less it's Korean. This belt just says made in UK. I don't know where this came from other than UK. It's a Gates water pump. I probably should have got an ASIN kit. First thing I'm going to do is get this air box off. There's a child-proof connector here, this yellow thing. I want to pull back on it. And there's a tab here I can push, unplug that. I have an 8mm hiding on the throttle body way back down here. It's just a hose clamp. Looks like I got 4 8mm for this air box. Then I can take this whole thing out. I have 3 10mm for this air box. This should just lift out of here. I have the engine supported with a jack and a block of wood on the corner front of the oil pan. Now that the engine's lightly supported, I can get this engine mount off. I got 3 17mm here. And then I got 3 14mm here. This whole mount should just come right out. And I can lift this engine up. I'm just going to lightly jack it little by little until I start feeling some resistance, which is right about there. I'm going to need to take this tire off, 19mm. I got a plastic cover here with some 10mm on it. Just pull that out of the way. Looks like this is an E18 reverse Torx. I just want to get at that so I can crank the engine over. T45 Torxes on here. I just want to loosen these 3 bolts up. And that's why I need that bolt on the crankshaft so I can turn this engine over just enough to get at these bolts. There, all of them are loose now. Try to get my ratchet in here from the top. There's no adjustment for this power steering belt stretch fit belt on here. So what I gotta do is just get a screwdriver or something in here. There's a special tool you can use for this, but I never bought one, I've never used one. So I just get some leverage on it like that and crank this belt and walk it off. I made a lovely little belt diagram. There's a 13mm on this. I'm doing the double wrench trick. I put a 14mm on a 13mm. Pull this out of the way and sneak this belt off. Now this water pump pulley should come off real easy now. Wow, they put Loctite on this thing. Pull this line back a little bit. I see 3 14mm for this engine mount. Get that out of here. I have 2 E10 reverse Torx on this top cover. I'm going to let this engine down ever so gently. I was going to try to let it all the way down, but that looks like danger, so I got to leave a jack under this thing. Now I can go after this harmonic balancer bolt with this E18 reverse Torx. Somebody's been in here before, imagine that. E14 reverse Torx on this tensioner. Get that out of here. E10 reverse Torx on these lower cover. Looks like there's a middle cover that just pops off like that. Somebody broke it and glued it down. Looks like I got 2 more of these E10s. I don't know what these Europeans' fascination are with reverse Torxes. Ain't nothing wrong with a hex bolt. Pain in the sphincter, if you ask me. Now I got a mark right here on the crankshaft, and I got an arrow down here, and those need to line up. But the camshaft is 180 degrees off, so I gotta go one full revolution to line all this up. Probably be a good idea to always turn it clockwise. I can't see the marks. That washer's in my way. Got a white marking pen here. Put a mark on it so I can see where this goes. Should be right on that tooth. Now these Dork Festival guys that engineered this engine gave me 2 dots to deal with. One there and one there. And they're not lined up. So I got a T55 Torx I'm gonna put on this pulley right here, and I'm gonna turn it up until these line up. It's just a little bit. I can see with my camera they're lined up pretty good. Now I'm underneath the car looking at the marks again, and I can see it's just a little bit off. You can be within 4 to 8 degrees off and it's still okay, so I just want to know where it's sitting. Now I can see somebody put a blue mark here and a blue mark here to get these pulleys to match up. I don't like doing that though. I got a straight something or another here. It's real easy to get those dots either high or low and have them a tooth or 2 off. So I just mark it with a straight edge on them bolts straight across. Because if them pulleys are turned down or up, I'm gonna know that it's wrong. And these reference marks are kind of good enough. That one's off a little bit. Got a 6mm here on this tensioner. An Allen. I can turn this back, pop this belt out of the way. That's one of the easiest belt removals ever. I suppose now is a good time to drain this radiator. I think it comes right out here. There's a 13mm plastic nut right here. I'm gonna leave it just like that. Might come out a little faster if I take the cap off. Got a T50 Torx on this idler and tensioner. And these new bolts are both the same length. On this tensioner, there's a little groove right here. And that little groove's got to go in that hole. And you know it's right when you can grab the body and it doesn't turn. I want to tighten these bolts down to 18 foot-pounds. I took my Allen wrench and pulled it all the way upward. And then I wrapped a piece of wire around, I don't know, the power steering in the Allen to keep it unloaded. All right, I checked my mark down here and that's nice and zeroed. This one's not zeroed. I gotta move the pulley back and it keeps moving on me. I got a T55 Torx here I can use to turn that. Basically what I gotta do is make sure that this side is tight. This is the drive side, so this side of the belt has to be tight. It has to be tight from here to here, and then the tension side is the only side the belt can be loose on. I'm gonna put it around the crankshaft first, and then I'm gonna put it around this pulley. I gotta line it up best I can. Put it on like that, and I can tell that's too loose, so I'm a tooth off. And I gotta move this an extra tooth. There, that's nice and taut, and that crank hasn't moved. I gotta pull this one back a half a tooth or so. Try to get it lined up. That's too loose, but I think that's it. My little Allen didn't work so hot. That was a goofy idea. It didn't work the way I wanted it to. These marks are sort of lined up. And the crank mark is 0. And I can tell this isn't in line like it was when I started, so I can turn this whole unit back like that. Now this line right here I made is pretty darn close. Can go just a little bit this way. Yeah, that looks good. Those lines are straight across and them dots somebody else made are lined up. The crank mark is 0. Now if I really feel like it, I can put the crank pulley on. There's a notch in the bottom of the pulley and there's a notch in the pulley here. And those all gotta line up. I'm gonna turn this a couple, 3 full revolutions. Make sure the belts all line up and make sure that this belt doesn't walk off and everything looks good. Looks fine to me. Now the reason why I took this whole thing apart to replace this water pump. These are E10 reverse Torx. I think there's 5 of them. I just want to make sure this gasket surface is clean. I'm just going to hit it with a razor blade. I have a new gasket on here, this rubber gasket here. And I just got to make sure it doesn't fall off when I put this on. Now I just kind of want to zero these bolts to squish this gasket down. I want to go kind of like in a crisscross pattern. Then I want to final torque these to 89 inch-pounds. That's like 7.4 foot-pounds. I can put all these timing covers on next. The bolts for these are 89 inch-pounds too. This one's kind of tricky. It's got some little tabs that are supposed to snap. Them tabs are broke. Somebody did a good job gluing it back together though. You're supposed to pop them tabs back to get this cover off, but I didn't have to do that because it's all busted up. Do this tensioner now. 30 foot-pounder. Now I got this crankshaft pulley to put on. That little groove's got to go in that little slot. They gave me a new bolt with the timing belt kit because it's torque to yield and they think it's important. I think somebody installed this pulley on wrong. It's got a little grind mark on it, a little dent where it's not supposed to be. Kind of spooky. That's the way it was though. I gotta torque this to 70 foot-pounds. I got this chain thingamajigger here I can put around the pulley like so. That should hold it pretty good. I got a torque wrench here. I'm gonna just run this down to 70 foot-pounds and then go 30 degrees and then go 15 degrees. So 30 and 15 is 45 degrees, and this is a reverse Torx. So every one of these teeth is 45 degrees. So if I put a mark here, and then this is another, I'll put a mark up here too. Black marker might see it better. All right, I can actually see it better without the light. I gotta match that mark up with that mark there, and I'm just gonna use an impact and just run it. It looks good to me. I jacked the engine back up so I can put this piece of pulley douchery back on. No alignment pins or anything for this. Now the fun with the stretch fit belt. Stick it on the bottom pulley like that. Now the fun part with these belts are when you turn it and put one belt on, it's going to want to come off because it's a gay idea. So I just need to turn it and push it all on like some kind of black magic wizardry. I got it on, but it's off a tooth down here. So I just turn it counterclockwise and it should fall on. Now I got this thing. Look what I did wrong. I put that belt on before this, which was a dumb idea. "44 foot-pounds on this mount." Now that I have these belts on, I can take these pulley bolts out one at a time. I'm going to put a little blue Loctite on these. There's some green crud on them right now from the factory. For some reason, all the information I'm getting says to bolt these pulley bolts down to 7.4 foot-pounds, which is 89 inch-pounds, but these are 8 by 125 threads, so whatever information I'm getting is wrong. You're going to want to double that. So I got about 15 foot-pounds or 180 inch-pounds. I got this here thing. 48 foot-pounds on all of these. Jeez, I don't know what to do here. Just kind of got a lot to play with here. I guess I'll kind of look at these washer marks and kind of line them up where they were, because this engine moves like a bunch. These 14 millimeters I'm doing at 48 foot-pounds too. I'm just gonna plug this air horn in so I can plug this mass airflow sensor on. I'm gonna start this thing up and make sure it runs. Blow it up! Sounds like a nice quiet dork machine. 100 foot-pounds. Don't forget the coolant. The reservoir's lovely. There's a max line right here. You can't even see anything. You got to get like a high-powered flashlight and stick it on there and you can actually see the level. Looks like I need to add a little. I'll let it get hot, see where it's at. Okay, bye.